What would happen if a Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved? Let's mine these. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund. It is a type of investment fund and exchange-traded product traded on stock exchanges, much like individual stocks. So, in other words, you don't really own the Bitcoin, you just give your money to another company to buy and hold it for you. Right now, there are 10 active spot Bitcoin ETF applications, since $1.5 trillion asset manager Franklin Templeton filed theirs. But the SEC has postponed the decision on several major companies' Bitcoin ETF applications, pushing them back by 45 days.
As ETF analyst James Seyffart, what do you think this means for approval of all of the other attempts that are out there, James?
Yeah, I mean, so this definitely increases the odds of approval for those products.
As of now, Bloomberg analysts believe there's a 75% chance of a Bitcoin ETF approval by the end of the year, and a 95% chance by 2024. Anyway, if the SEC approves a Bitcoin spot ETF, it could result in one of the largest ETF launches in history. But what does that really mean? Legitimization and mainstream acceptance. It would be seen as a significant endorsement and legitimization of cryptocurrency by regulatory bodies, boosting confidence among both institutional and retail investors. Increased accessibility. This means that the investors can gain exposure to Bitcoin without actually owning the cryptocurrency, providing an easy and familiar method for individuals and institutional investors to invest in Bitcoin. Potential price impact. The introduction and adoption of Bitcoin ETFs could lead to an increased demand for Bitcoin. This might drive up the price, as seen in the short term after such announcements or speculations happen. Liquidity boosts. With more participants able to invest in Bitcoin via ETFs, this could potentially increase the liquidity in the market. Although there are many potential benefits, there are also people who argue that introducing Bitcoin ETFs might not capture the full value proposition of Bitcoin itself, which includes being your own bank and having full control over your own assets. So why the need of an ETF if you can buy the digital currency yourself? Well, let's take a look at both sides. Here are the pros. It allows companies and individuals to get exposure to Bitcoin in certain situations. For example, individuals can add it to their 401k. It eliminates the complexities and security risks of directly holding Bitcoin. It enhances liquidity and reduces transaction costs. Since it's a regulated and transparent investment vehicle, they're very attractive to many investors. Now, here are the cons. Concerns regarding market manipulation and investor protection. Futures-based ETFs enable market manipulation. ETFs can introduce counterparty risks, which Bitcoin is designed to prevent when held in self-custody. You won't be your own bank. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. So why should you care? Because if a Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved, it would merge both traditional finance with Bitcoin. It would be about blending the old and new ways of thinking about money, investments, and value storage. Such a fusion can influence the way everyday investors think about and interact with cryptocurrencies. This begs the question, is Bitcoin one of the last remaining bastions for the free market and self-sovereign individuals? Or is it already under the thumb of the central planners? Don't miss Dylan LeClair Backstage. What was it for you when Bitcoin clicked?
I was in high school, and I just approached the fiat system and Bitcoin from first principles. I didn't have any like Keynesian indoctrination per se. It was just kind of looking at both systems together, and then it was obvious which one made more sense for me as someone that, you know, hopefully is on this planet for another few decades.
All right, so tell us, what advice would you give somebody in a bear market?
Just understand what you own, have conviction. You can't borrow anyone else's conviction. You need to understand what Bitcoin is, where it's going, long-term game, and stack sats.
I like that. And with your company, you give a lot of advice. What advice would you give someone that's first trying to invest in Bitcoin or a newbie?
Well, not financial advice. Bitcoin is it's a monetary asset, but I don't know. I would just say, again, like, you know, it takes a lot of work to understand what Bitcoin is and to have the conviction. A lot of people get into Bitcoin. I mean, really everybody at first is told by someone else, right? The rabbit hole goes deep, but yeah, just understand Bitcoin is a savings mechanism that no one can mess with. And as people distrust government money, then it's a real natural choice and easy to understand from there.
Bitcoin fixes blank.
The government monopoly on money and currency debasement.
Here's a quick news recap of the week. Someone overpaid big time on a Bitcoin transaction. We're talking about $510,750 or 20 Bitcoin worth of transaction fees. Although many fat fingers pointed to PayPal based on blockchain analytics from OXT, in reality, the error was from Paxos. And Paxos overpaid the Bitcoin network fee on September 10th, 2023. Yikes. Coinbase has officially decided to integrate the Bitcoin Lightning Network onto its exchange platform. On Tuesday, the CEO, Brian Armstrong, tweeted out the news and made it super clear that Bitcoin is the most important asset in crypto. It's so important that Deutsche Bank has partnered with Swiss crypto firm Taurus to provide custody services for institutional clients, cryptocurrencies, and tokenized assets, meaning for the first time they will hold Bitcoin for its clients. Meanwhile, the CEO of Binance.US, Brian Schroeder, has left the company, and right after his departure, they fired 1/3 of their workforce. It looks like the pressure from the SEC lawsuit back in June is boiling up quick. And listen to this. FTX disclosed in court papers that they've analyzed if certain payments dished out to athletes before the company unraveled last November can be recovered in Chapter 11 bankruptcy, meaning they want to get back the millions of dollars paid to Shaquille O'Neal, tennis star Naomi Osaka, and other professional athletes and teams that promoted Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto platform before it collapsed. What about the people that lost millions? Do they get their money back? And in El Salvador, President Nayib Bukele invited the Emir of Qatar to discuss commercial cooperations between both countries. And definitely about Bitcoin. And if you're thinking about that new iPhone 15, remember that it's worth 0.038 Bitcoin, which is extremely cheap compared to the 162 Bitcoin that the iPhone 4S was worth at the time of its launch in 2011. Remember, keep stacking that Bitcoin stack.